All right. What is going on, everybody? Jesse Montano out here at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Avs dropped this one 2-1 in overtime. After holding a 1-0 lead for most of the game, you knew it was going to be a tough one to close out. Felt like the Red Wings were starting to build a little bit of momentum as the game went on. And you knew it was going to be tight there at the end. Avs get themselves into a little bit of penalty trouble, and that's where the game-tying goal ends up coming. That cost the Avs. And then in overtime, 3-on-3, it's always a bit of a scramble. They get it done there. Patrick Kane in overtime off a really nice feed from Dylan Larkin. For me, the story of this game was absolutely Jussi Sandinen. Jared Bednar told me after the game, no question, this was the best game we have seen from Jussi Sandinen in the NHL. I thought he was outstanding, especially early on, kept the Avs in it. And Cale Makar and Jared Bednar both agreed Jussi Sandinen was probably the number one reason the Avs were in the position that they were, with a chance to pick up 2 points at the end of the game. I thought he was great, made several big stops, looked comfortable. To me, Jussi Sandinen has struggled in his time in the NHL, tracking pucks, holding on to rebounds, and being able to kind of locate the puck in scrambly kind of, chaotic situations. I thought he was really, really sharp tonight. He definitely deserved a win. I agree with Jared Bednar. This was the best game that we have seen from Jussi Sandinen at the NHL level. So encouraging. It's disappointing the Avs couldn't pick up a second point there when you get such a good backup performance. And you can definitely tell Jussi was disappointed there when the puck hits the back of the net in overtime. You could tell that he knew he played well enough to win, and the Avs just came up, a bit short. Cale Makar was really seemed to wear this one heavy. When I talked to him in the locker room, I asked him, hey, is it your play that's frustrating? Is the fact that, geez, it seems like on the road you guys can't get your footing? What is it? And he kind of said it's a combination of everything. This was definitely one of the more frustrated I've seen Cale Makar look in a post-game locker room. He's usually got, great attitude, ready to bounce back, ready to, hey, got to look forward. This definitely seemed like it tonight wore on him a bit. So we're going to have to see how he bounces back here, how this leadership core bounces back here. It's hard to pinpoint what's going on with the Avs on the road. They really do seem to be, gosh, I was asked about it yesterday on Fox 31 back in Denver. There's just something, the Avs just don't have that. We'll use the phrase killer instinct, right? That's something that we talk about a lot with championship groups. You need that killer instinct, and it seems like for whatever reason on the road, the Avs just don't have that this year. And look, you got to give Detroit credit. They are also in a playoff race. They really needed points here tonight, and they pushed hard in the second half of the game. You would have liked to see the Avs push back a little bit in response and get the kill late. But look, I mean, with a 1-0 lead, when all you've put up is one goal, you're asking for perfection on the defensive side. And I just don't know how realistic that is, on any given night. But you'd like to see the Avs be able to lock it down and win a 1-0 game, right? We talk about that a lot recently. Can you win a 1-0 game, a 2-1 game? And that was what we had here tonight. And look, I mean, I don't think it's a bad performance from the Avs. I really liked their start. I liked the first half. Yes, they struggled to close out a bit, but we talk about it all the time. There's two teams out there playing to win. And I thought, unfortunately for the Colorado Avalanche, the Detroit Red Wings were the little bit hungrier team, were the better team there in the third period. And we're able to get things tied up late, in the late goings. Nathan MacKinnon does pick up the lone goal for the Avs. It was a nice one, and it probably came off the Avs' best shift easily of this game. Maybe one of their best shifts that we've seen in a while. Lots of opportunities, lots of chances, lots of high danger chances. They got a line change in there before Nathan MacKinnon is finally able to get one to go. Things that you like out of this game. There are plenty of things you can take out of it. But the Avs have still just scored 2 goals on the power play since coming out of the All-Star break. Look, when you're losing a 2-1 game, those are absolutely the types of things that you have to look at here. Avs got to get their special teams figured out. The power play goal is what cost them late, and they can't get one to go on the man advantage of their own. Pretty obvious, right? Pretty black and white. You got to get your special teams figured out. You're losing the special teams battle way too many nights. Jared Bednar talks about that all the time. You lose a special teams battle, you're going to have a really hard time winning on any given night. So that's kind of what played out here tonight. We'll see how the Avs bounce back. They got an off day tomorrow, then right back at it on Saturday. A nice light schedule here over the next few days. Get a couple games at home before heading back out onto the road, Chicago and Nashville next week. So we'll see how they kind of, shake this one off. Look, at the end of the day, Jared Bednar said it. It's a good road point. It's easy to get caught up in the, exactly what's happening right now. And they struggled on the road on the last road trip. It's a good road point. They needed the point. Dallas loses tonight to Ottawa. So it's not the worst possible night for the Avs. But, one of the things I asked Cale Makar, I said, is it frustration over things that are going on this time of year? Can't have this kind of stuff. And, that was another thing that he alluded to a little bit. Yes, we are getting down to the nitty gritty of it here. I pointed out, I believe it was on one of the last post-game shows. We are now at the point where all the standings graphics have changed. We're no longer at games played. We're at games remaining. We're getting down to it here. Things got to start getting finely tuned. So you want to see the Avs starting to close out some of these games here that they find themselves up a goal late. So Avs dropped this one 2-1 in Detroit, but they do pick up the point here on the road. So they return back home, 1 point closer to the Dallas Stars in the Central Division, and good habits to build on. Good to see Logan O'Connor back in the lineup. Andrew Cogliano was around, by the way. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, but we did see him around the building here. So, like I said, we'll see. Another encouraging point to take away from tonight was the play of Justus Annunen. That's got to give you a little bit of a, okay, we've got a guy here that maybe we can go to a little bit more as the Avs continue to try to figure out what exactly it is that they've got both in Justus Annunen and Ivan Prostov, who continues to play well down at the American League level. But, all right, I think I'm getting in the way of the cleaners now at this point. So we're going to get on back here, get back to the hotel, get back to Denver tomorrow morning. We'll be bringing you guys everything starting with morning skate on Saturday at Ball Arena. So Avs dropped this one 2-1 to the Detroit Red Wings here in Detroit. Thanks, guys.